Kala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bracket the Howell, Bracket the Howell Shai, Bracket the Howell, Bracket the Howell Shai, Bracket the Howell, Bracket the Howell Shai, the water, above, Kala Kadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone that teaches truth, the 100% truth. Doing lesson today or impromptu in transit video. Just talking about Eve, man. Being out, going out, to go to the store to take care of a few things. And, you just kind of observe things and you talk about Eve, talking about the so-called black woman, what we like to refer to as the nigger woman. Because the nigger woman is a creation of Esau, Edom. And just observing our women out in public, man. Eve, she see a Jake, another so-called black man out in public. She'll shun you, she'll shun them. If you try to speak to them, they won't speak back. They won't, you do something for them, like hold a door open for them, they won't say a thank you or anything like that. But any type of approval from Esau, Edom, she's very comfortable with. You notice that about them, they're very relaxed around Esau, Edom. You can talk to them any kind of way, or approach them any kind of way, and you just see their faith and their countenance just light up. And it really don't bother me. One time it did, before I came into this truth. But like the elders break it down, man, they are not our women, and we still in our captivity. And that's the nature of a woman, man. They go towards they love power. Esau, Edom is in the power seat. But and you look at, and I was looking at the interactions, man, they are so comfortable around Esau, Edom, around Edom. And they're one of the main ones that will argue you up and down in any of these, sites, or if you do a lesson, they're the main ones that argue you down for Esau, man. And I like I said, when you watch the interaction, man, it's like it's too comfortable. That lets you know that they're very comfortable around this guy. So there's no telling what type of backdoor deals they made with Esau, Edom, man. And we know Jake, some of the men, have, they say they're sellouts too. But our women as a whole, man, we're not talking about all, it's a few. The majority as a whole, most of them are very comfortable around Esau, Edom, man. And a lot of them, going to lose their salvation because of it, because they don't want salvation without Esau, Edom being able to be saved. They'll give up the kingdom because these devils can't be equal to them in the kingdom. And even though he done put our people through all type of hell, man. But they're too comfortable, very too comfortable around these devils, man. We have to interact. We deal with Esau, Edom, day to day. We in the society. We up underneath him in the society. But yeah, man, it lets you know. This goes all the way back to the time of when they had us in that shadow slavery. They're probably one of the main ones going back, when the slaves try to revolt, or you had one that was bucking or saying something about his so-called master. They probably the main ones going back and telling on, a lot of the men that were plotting and tried to take over. But yeah, that's just something I observed, man. I've been observing for a while. Like I said, you go to a line and you got one at the checkout, you see an Eve there. You best go into another line, man. If you got an Eve there working the cash register, you try to avoid them at all costs, man. Because first of all, they're not, they're very mean people. ugly attitudes most of the time, especially towards the Jake men. And we don't know how deep this may go, with Eve, man. It goes all the way back to the curses, to Deuteronomy. Her eyes shall be evil towards the men and her children, and definitely towards the men. And like I say, they sacrifice their kids because, it's not about the child when it comes down to it. That's why they break up their homes. They know the statistics, that a child in a broken home has a less chance of being successful than a child that comes from a two-parent home. They know those statistics, man. They don't give a damn about that because the only thing Eve thinks about is herself. And like I said, the few that don't, this doesn't pertain to them. But majority as a whole, man, our women are really fucked up. And that's why majority of the 2/3 is going to be destroyed is going to be the women of our nation. They refuse to repent. You see them on the comment boards on a lot of the brother videos, they want to be vocal. The brothers try to correct them. They don't want correction. They want to be disobedient. They think they're equal to a man or better than a man. And it's just, you have to leave them to their own devices, and they will see, But yeah, our women are really fucked up, man. Really fucked up. But with that, Lord will is edifying. Just a little quick hitter. Shalom.